All right, everyone, welcome back to Mac Street Garage. This is the section I'm going to work on today. I'm going to concentrate mostly on this cross member, that support structure, and the area in the back. I may work my way up to at least this cross member. I don't know yet. It all depends on how long this takes. What I'm going to use are three different methods. One, use the scraper to scrape off the stuff that's easier to get to. And then two, use my angle grinder in this wire wheel. And I have another wire wheel that's like this. So I'm not sure about that one. But I also have the Loctite Rust Dissolver. This is the gel form, so I can use a paintbrush to put it on. And I got some Evapco Rust also in the gel form that I can put on with a brush. The other that you can buy is a liquid. And with the liquid, you have to put it on and then cover it in saran wrap to keep it from drying out. They do make the Rust-Oleum Rust Dissolver in a spray bottle. I don't have any of that yet. I'm going to try this. I've had it for a while and see how this works. But first, we're going to hit it with the wire wheel. Stand by. All right, this is the area I'm going to concentrate in right now, just the very back bumper, this V section up to that first cross member. I'm going to go ahead and sit this down. I have a tripod today. I haven't learned to fast record yet, but we'll do this and see how it works out. So let me see what I can do. Now, because I haven't quite figured out how to do the fast record yet, I'm going to go ahead and turn this off, and I'll be back in just a minute. Okay, well, on the places that are like this that I can get to, that wire wheel works very well. But once you get up into these spots, not so much, because I can't get the angle grinder in there. So I guess I'm going to have to revert to the Evapco Rust or Evapco Rust or the other stuff to work on this. I'll probably have to make a trip up to Lowe's or the Discount Auto Parts to get some of that spray rust dissolver. The spray actually works very well. Usually takes about 30 minutes. So let me move on to phase 2 to see what I can get done with what I have to work with. All right, while I'm waiting for the frame to dry to see how well that gel worked, I took some tools, 1/2 inch, took the bolts out from the, oh, my brain just went blank. Oh my goodness, this thing. Whatever, I'm gonna move on. Anyway, I took the bolts out. They came out relatively easy, which told me that Farmer Jim must have used Never Seez on the bolts because they did not snap off. So that's a good thing. Especially this one, because this one studs right into the, oh, why can't I get that name? Anyway, enough, we'll move on. But to keep it from rusting up, I took some Never Seez and put on the bolt, put the nut on, and did the same thing with this one. Again, I always like to take the bolts and put them back in the spot where I got them from, because sometimes I can't remember, because for the life of me, I can't remember what this thing is called. Okay, when I make the video, I'll write in what it is. I'm sure I'll figure it out by then. But anyway, the frame is drying nicely. Pardon me, the gel seemed to have worked very well. It got the majority of the rust off on the outside. I really didn't get inside the frame from the midpoint forward. I'm gonna have to do that later. I concentrated more on this support or cross member to the back. And it looks like it did a really, ow, you know something? Look at this. This is why you should wear long pants. See this? This little piece of metal, that's from the wire wheel. I could feel it on my leg, and I couldn't figure out what it was. Thought it was a bug. Anyway, at least I have my shoes on. So always wear long pants using a wire wheel. I couldn't figure out what all those little bites were. Anyway, I like the gel. I think it's a good product, but I would rather use the Rust-Oleum spray bottle, only because it's easier to control the spray, and I can spray up in all the corners and do a much better job of removing the rust, because if I have to change anything up there, at least the rust would be off the bolts. But anyway, I'm happy with that. Give it about another, I don't know, 15, 20 minutes, let it dry, and then I want to spray some rust restorer on it, just to keep it from re-rusting over. Stand by for that. All right, used the entire can, did what I could in this area just to keep the rust from coming back up. It should be sealed enough for right now. I can always come back in later. But as I was getting ready to stop for the evening, say this was the last video, I saw something out of the corner of my eye, and you'll see what that is in just a moment. Stand by. Look what I see. This is the exhaust off the Jeep, and it was laying down on its side. I picked it up, stood it up, and look what came out. Looks like engine oil. That's not good. If I have engine oil coming out of the exhaust, or that's in the exhaust, that's not good. It could just be that somebody put oil in it and put too much in. Well, I'm going to continue on doing what I'm doing, getting things fixed that can be fixed, and then when it comes time to work on the motor, I guess I'll have to deal with it then. But for right now, this is the end for this episode of Max Street Garage. Be good to yourself, be nice to each other, and if the women don't find you handsome, may they at least find you handy. Bye.